What's up? It's your tour guide here. And yes, the summer of Superman has officially come to a close with today's haul. Um, we ended up about $14 over budget. Uh, again, spent everything we had. We're actually over budget, like I said. I got to uh, basically just not get stuff for a while until my wife feels like, all right, it's okay to give you some money again. But she's not going to be too upset. We didn't like go crazy with the purchases or anything like that. So just need to be, uh, we need to scrounge up $14 for my wife somewhere. I'm sure I'll build up credit somehow. But overall, feeling good about what we picked up. And I knew going in, we just took $25. We were tempted to spend more. I took exactly $25 and some change. Uh, you know, so we had about, I want to say $27 total with some change. And that's the thing, Everett Comic, they charge tax. So we did pay like $220 in tax. It is what it is. And to be honest, this haul, it's not like the best haul of the summer season. In fact, it's, I think, overall just a little bit disappointing in terms of pickups compared to what we spent, in terms of getting value and all that. But we did pick up a lot of stuff that we like. Just nothing like crazy expensive or nothing dire in terms of what we're wanting to pick up. I will say this though, we've got our book of the haul, and it's a pretty cool book. And it's only our book of the haul just because we just never run into something like this. So we'll reveal what that is at the end, and let's just get into the haul. What do you say? All right. So starting us off here, we got to start. The last summer of Superman haul video with some Superman. We didn't actually pick up a lot of Superman today, ironically. It wasn't all Superman. It was mostly other stuff. But we're going to start right here with this cool DC Comics Millennium Editions. They launched a bunch of these at the turn of the century, or the turn of the millennium, I guess. And, again, a lot of classic DC books that they featured as part of the Millennium Editions. These are like, just the biggest sort of books. Now, this was in there in fairly decent shape. It's got a couple spine ticks, but nothing crazy. And this is, again, February 2000 was when this published. It's got the DC Bullet logo right here. It's got this cool sort of border and medallion, just showcasing Action One there. So, yeah, 50 cents. We picked this up at Mill Geek for 50 cents. Thought that was a good pickup. All right, moving right along. Most of these are 50 cents to $1 to something more. So again, we spent $25 on 16 books, and we'll go over what we paid for each book. This is a book that's been sitting at Mill Geek. I left it there, knowing that at some point there's a bunch of books. There's a bunch of books from the Reign of Superman that are sitting there with the newsstand. It's not in the best shape. Some are in better shape, some are in worse shape. This is kind of in the middle. I would grade it at a VF, fine plus to VF copy. And that is Superman, Volume 2, number 80. 1993 Triangle number 22. We have, this is the one Fanboy's been just telling me, you know, this is a really good, a really big development during the run. I don't think I ever read this one. But yeah, it's, I think, where Coast City gets blown to bits. And here we have the newsstand cover on this. It's Cyborg Superman there, taking out the Eradicator. Pretty cool cover there. All right, so that is, again, Superman 80 from the Reign of Superman. Got a newsstand copy. We got a lot of cover buys today. Especially, I don't know if I was we just ran across Ballin all day long. So we figured Ballin for $1, Ballin for $1, we could do. Let me just get one more book here just so we can just this book. I think it's over here. It's way over here. Hang on. Let me get my book. There we go. It's not wanting to come out. It's not there. All right. I swore it was in this area. Oh boy, don't tell me I took it out of the Mylar. Hang on just a moment. All right. This is a good sign that my collection's getting a little unmanageable. I can't find my book. It's not there. Let's try over here. Is it over here? There we go. Getting close. Getting close. Well, it's somewhere. I guess I won't find it. Huh. Not sure where that went. I think I know where to put it. I put it in here. Here it is. Oh, man. All right. Sorry about that long interlude, but I did want to just show off my Ballin books and then add some additional context here. Before we show off books again, let me get everything back in order a little bit. What did we want to show off? Yes, I want to show off that book too. There it is. Okay. All right, we're good to go. Jeez. Sorry about that. That is sometimes how we roll. What's up, fanboy? All right, so we're back. Sorry about that. Just gonna show off since we're 2 books in, just gonna show off the books again and kind of start over, right? Just hopefully. Maybe I can edit this and we'll start it from here. Welcome, guys. Last summer of the hall. So we hit up Everett Comics today and spent $20 there. So we had $5 left. Spent $22 technically with tax and all, but good thing I had my little coin purse. We paid the tax with in cash with change. And then I had $5 left over. We hustled back to. I didn't really want to hit up Mill Geek Comics, but the 50-cent bins were calling to me, and I just I just felt like it was going to yield something good, and it did. It did. So we're glad we went, and we spent all the $5 there in the 50-cent bins. Didn't pick up anything else. We were tempted to pick up other stuff, but. We just stayed in the 50-cent bins and just picked up essentially 10 books. So yeah, 16 books in all, $25. So these are from the 50-cent bins. We got Action Comics, reprint of Action Comics #1. This is the Millennium, DC Millennium editions. They just reprinted all the classics with this medallion and border, and they charged folks $3.95. This is a decent copy. I'd say it's a VF copy here that we have. All right. This is also like in the VF range, a couple spine ticks, but we got the newsstand edition of Superman 80. This was something we'd been wanting to pick up. Just a cool, Dan Jurgens cover of the Cyborg Superman. And I know, Fanboy, you were telling me about this book, and we picked it up today. Newsstand copy, nothing big, 50 cents. Just to get us started with the last haul of the Summer of Superman. All right. Now, as I was getting into it, before I distracted myself, we picked up a fair amount of Brian Bolland books. And yes, The Death of Coast City. That's right. I wish there was a way to just, as comments come in, it would automatically, my mouse is not plugged in. All right. There we go. All right. So yes, The Death of Coast City. All right. So like I said, we picked up a bunch of Brian Bolland books, and anytime we pick up Brian Bolland books, it's just going to be, just a bunch of cool covers, basically. We just picked up a bunch of cool covers. This is why Bolland is way up on our list of artists that we love. This is a really creepy cover, but it's again, I love this Gotham Knights run that he did, where he's the cover artist. We have Gotham Knights 3. And it's this really gruesome cover here, Batman and all these bodies from like a plague or something. Maybe it's like the joking. A lot of them are smiling, so you're just assuming maybe this Joker had something to do with it. Really sort of dark cover there. This one is one again, I'm glad we were a little patient. We picked it up these are dollar books from Everett City Comics dollar bins. We picked up Gotham Knights 20, and then we got the nice Bolland Superman there. Yes, Bolland passes the test for Superman. He can definitely do a fantastic I actually love Bolland's take on Superman, because we'll get to some comparisons after we show off all the books. But yeah, Batman Superman, that's always a good cover when you have Batman Superman on the same cover, and it's done by Brian Bolland. We have Judge Dredd's Crime File. Cool Bolland cover here. Let's get a good look. I think this one is from the late 80s or mid to late 80s, maybe. I got to go back and look it up. And there's something going on where they're shooting at people. There's some anarchy going on there, as always, in Judge Dredd. Something crazy is going on. And yeah, we got more Judge Dredd. They had a series of really high-grade Judge Dredd books there for 50 cents. So I couldn't leave them there. This one I think you're going to like. It's a King Kong cover. I think you're going to like this, Fanboy. King Kong. It's a Judge Dredd King Kong cover, and he's like chastising Mr. Kong. He's like, and for smashing biplanes, 40 years. Judge Dredd is giving Kong 40 years in prison, a prison sentence. He is the law in Mega City. That is a cool cover, yes. And we've got this bar, bat umped, suck ump, something to do with umps and candy. But we got Judge Dredd number 15. Cool candy cover there. It's delicious. And we also got this is just one of my favorites. Judge Dredd number 25. Cool, just a really funny sort of really ugly cover, literally an ugly cover. You got these ugly humanoid alien things on here. Get ugly at Sump's Ugly Clinic. Kind of sexy and kind of disgusting at the same time. But there you go. Get ugly. Yeah, these are great covers. And these are really high grade books too. So that's what I really like about picking these up. All right, now we're going to get into, that was the kind of a prelude to, don't worry, I'm going to give you some eye candy now. Normally we don't we don't focus on sexy covers or, girls, ladies, sexy lady covers. Normally we don't do that. But today, just strangely, with all the, cover pickups and stuff, I was kind of finding sexy covers here and there. And I just thought, you know what? Maybe today is a Unmyeong day for picking up sexy books, or at least those kind. We got our share of sexy ladies on covers here. We're starting off with some Dan Mora, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman for $1. This was in there for $1. It's a $7 book, cover price book. But we're able to get it for $1. Absolute high grade. Just Dan Mora killing it with the Wonder Woman there. Woo! Some good stuff. But yeah, you got Aquaman there. I'm not a big Aquaman fan, but this was more of a Dan Mora Wonder Woman. In fact, we'll just cut Aquaman out there. Give you the goods. Give you the goods. All right. Moving on. Moving on up, we got Michael Turner goodness. Michael Turner Spider-Woman goodness. This is a Michael Turner variant on event Fallen Sun, Death of Captain America, the Avengers book. Very cool. I'll just give you another look at Jessica there. Looking fine in the Spider-Woman costume. Abnett's Aquaman run was great. All right. That's not the book I showed off, huh? All right, this one, they had a series of Fathom books, like Fathom number 1, Fathom 1/2, bunch of these covered. But this one, I was going to get them all, but then I realized, if I pick them all up, it's going to eat into our budget. So I just tried to pick the best of all the Michael Turner Fathom books they had there. A lot of good ones. Incredible art. But this is my absolute favorite among the bunch. And it's a Wizard Zero Top Cow edition. Wizard Zero. And you just got Fathom there with the surfboard near sunset, right on the water. Oh man, that is some comic book lady goodness right there. Woo! That's a cover heat. I know you can feel that cover heat right there. Pick this one up for $1. $1. All right. This is a 50-cent pickup. It's a Bronze Age book. There's nothing key about it. I just love the lady art on here. And we have been introduced now, or we're now kind of looking at Mike Vosberg. Now, Mike Vosberg is just one of those artists that, you know, he's just in everything, a little bit of everything. He's been, he'd done stuff for Marvel. He'd done stuff for like Valiant. I think he's like was at Charlton for a while. He's just been from the Bronze Age all the way to the modern age. Mike Vosberg's been doing stuff here and there, but back early on when he was kind of getting known in the industry, he did a limited series run for DC on this title called Starfire. And it's an absolutely stunning cover for the lady art there. Starfire, number 3. Now, this has a big Value Village sticker on there. We picked it up for 50 cents, but it's in decent condition, you know, with the press and a clean, it'd look really good. There's just a couple of, you know, color breaks here and there, but all in all, you know, like a good fine plus copy. Maybe VF minus copy if we can just get it clean. I feel like the cleaning part. It's an old book, you know, it's from the 70s. But yeah, we got this beautiful Starfire. And hopefully they bring her back, man. She's looking like Wonder Woman, little Psylocke Wonder Woman action there in this cool costume that's like she's got one leg and like her cleavage just her midriff. Like it's just a weird, very sexy costume that only of course you know, comic book nerd artists are gonna design costumes like that. All right, and this may just be the sexiest cover by Neil Adams that I've ever seen. Not that, you know, again, Neil Adams is not known for doing sexy lady art and all that, right? He never does it. It's rare. He can do it probably, but you know, I think he was coming up at a time where it was just like wholesome comic book art. But by the time the 90s rolled around, it was like you kind of had to sell books and you kind of had to like kind of show editors, hey man, I can do sexy ladies. And you know, Neil Adams can do sexy ladies. He's done it in the past. But man, he got on here. I think I forget who the artist that he collaborated with, but he did this cover here on Samaree 3, Mistress of the Martial Arts. This is a newsstand copy. It's just a damn cover by because it is Neil Adams. Let me show you the Neil Adams signature right there. There it is. And it's just Neil Adams kind of backside goodness with Samaree number 3. That could have been the Book of the Hall pickup, but we got it for 50 cents. 50 cents for all of these. All right, now we're to the books that, again, we picked up. Again, I don't feel good about these pickups in the sense that we didn't get them for any kind of deal or value. We kind of got them for what they're worth, to be honest. In fact, we overpaid for them. We overpaid depending on where you land on the grades with these books. Yeah, and these are all, I think, they're all low grade books. They're definitely in the 3.5 to 3 range. Yeah, I think they're both. One's a 3.5, one's a 3. We're gonna start with this one. This is probably a 3.0. I'm gonna say it's a VG copy, and we have World's Finest 202. It's a Neil Adams cover. It's a Neil Adams Superman choking out Batman cover. So, but we paid $8 for it, and I just feel like this is like a $5 book in this grade. But I picked it up because, again, we're just looking to pick something up. It is a cool cover. It is Neil Adams Superman and Batman, and it's in decent grade. It's just got this. It's got a crease like down this way. It doesn't really break color all that much. But you can see it. Spine's got some stress on it as well. Just all in all, again, if it's not for the crease, it would be a mid-grade book, but it's got one long crease and it's got one little tiny like half-inch crease here, and then one that goes all the way from here to here. And you can see the color break, actually, if I get close enough. You can see the kind of the line there. You can see the line right there. See the color break? There it is. In that light, you can see it right there. So, yeah, low-grade book. Looks great, though. And I command you to fight to the death. When you die, I live. Neil Adams goodness. Neil Adams goodness for sure. From the Bronze Age. World's Finest. Boom. All right, so that was $8. And then this book, we could have made this the book of the haul. This is a book that's also been on my wish list, want list for quite some time. And we actually did get a really nice copy. It's just got one, I want to say like 3/4 of an inch crease at the corner. It's got some pretty heavy stress lines here and there, and some rusty staples, but it's 12-cent cover. It's a 12-cent early Superman book from Neil Adams, Superman 205. And this is key because it's the first appearance of this guy who contributed to Krypton's destruction and demise. So yeah, just a classic cover there, Neil Adams cover. It's so, signature Neil Adams on this cover with the background and all. Yeah, I just love, again, Neil doing a real good job with the costume and the physique and all. Death is too good for you. I have a far worse punishment waiting. Oh yeah, Superman's gonna punish him. Maybe just put him in prison with some lackeys. I was pricing $205 on eBay this week. Okay, yeah. Meaning you were gonna sell it or trying to buy it? But yeah, I got this for $8. I think in this grade, though, this is probably I want to say a VG plus to a fine minus. It's somewhere in that range. I wouldn't put it at it might even be a fine if we could clean it and press it, because this crease there, it's not all that horrible. I'm just wondering what it would. I mean, obviously it breaks color, but with the press and this, the color is very vibrant, as you can see. So it's this corner that's really of issue, and then there's rusted staples there. So I don't know. I guess I would put it. Yeah, it would probably be a VG plus at the end of the day, because of the staple rust, and there's just tiny, color breaks here and there, but it does look fantastic. This is a book we may want Roger to take a look at and see if it's worth doing adding some, enhancing it somewhat. All right, we're going to get to our book of the haul, and it is just pure nostalgia. We love these comic books, and we love the creators that work in the industry. I'm a big fan of Jim Lee, big fan of Stan Lee as well, for just the character that he was at Marvel. And of course, we all love Rob Liefeld because we just grew up alongside him as he was working. I just felt like, of all the people that were working at Marvel, Rob Liefeld is the guy that's like we most identify with. It's like, oh, that guy's like just like me. Like, he's like a comic book nerd fan, and he's just sitting at Marvel doodling, because he was just reading comic books and doodling and getting into comic book art. And then he gets the call, and he gets sent up to the big leagues, and now he's working on books and stuff. Not the most talented artist, but he was working our dream job, and he was closer to us in age than anybody there at Marvel, right? He's a kid when he started there, and we just kind of grew up with him. But we got Marvel Vision, the Marvel fan. Hey, what's going on with my screen here? You guys still catching me here? Oh man, StreamYard doing funky stuff. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm just gonna. What's going on? Looks like my computer is stuck. Let me know if you can see me. We are just gonna, I guess, plow through here till my computer gets unstuck. Maybe not. This has just been a horrible. This has been a horrible stream here. There we go. Oh. All right, I guess we're still here. Sorry about that. My computer froze. But again, the book of the haul, we got Marvel Vision. This is a fan magazine. This is issue number 4. I have never heard of this magazine. It's a Marvel fan magazine in the mid-90s. And they made a big announcement. Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld returned to Marvel, and we have Jim and Rob with Stan on the cover. I saw this book, and I was like, dang, for 50 cents, this is coming home with me. This is now part of the Jim Lee collection. We love stuff like this with Jim on the cover. But this is a cool one where, again, these guys were all fans of each other. Stan was just a mentor to these two, and they obviously kept in close contact with him, and maintained relations. They were often on panels together, and of course, we have those great videos from the 90s where Stan's interviewing them. And when Stan's interviewing Rob is a little bit zealous in that interview. He keeps cutting Stan off. Like, Stan's trying to ask a question, and he keeps cutting Stan off and getting a little overzealous and eager. But again, he's a kid. I'm sure he was nervous standing there in front of Stan, trying to be cool and all that. But those videos are fun to watch. And again, this Book of the Hall. Yeah, I know I was frozen. Hopefully, I'm streaming again now. Looks like everything's good. Yeah, so this is our Book of the Hall, and that is that. And again, didn't pick up anything in terms of high value stuff on this haul. Yeah, I'm back. No need to be sorry. It was my computer that's having issues. Again, nothing of high value. I guess my three favorite books here, or four, are the last ones I showed off. We got a bunch of cool cover art. We got an action one, kind of cool Millennium Edition. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to this Samurai cover. This very sexy. Oh, we're frozen again. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. I'm gonna call it, guys. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All right. Sorry for the issues.